In this video, we're going to start talking about how to make the template to cut out the corner of the bench for this Maloof joint. So we start off with the top, which is 3/8 birch ply, and the base, which is made out of 7/8 maple. The first thing I do is I cut out the pieces for the top and the base. So for the top, I have 7 3/4 by 5 1/8. I have 2 of those. The other 2 pieces I need are 2 inches by 2 3/4. These are not crucial. The space in between is not crucial either. What is most important is this distance here, 2 3/4. For the bottom, these again aren't very crucial. In this case, these are the dimensions I used. So about 6 inches by 6 3/4 and 6 inches by 12. So once I've actually cut my pieces, I'm going to glue up the top first. I'll basically clamp it to my work top, put glue on the joints, and just clamp the pieces together, making sure to keep it as flat as possible. Just as a really quick example of how I would do it, I would take the birch plywood, I apply some glue to this side, I apply some glue to this side, I would stick them together, have a nice flat work surface. So I can clamp that guy down. I would also clamp this guy down so they're nice and flat. Make sure there's nothing sticking up, there's no gaps. And then I would clamp these guys together like this. The next thing I do is I actually glue up the base. So I take the 2 pieces that I've cut out of 7/8 maple and I'm going to glue them together. It's very important that I keep these 2 pieces perpendicular to each other. I need a perfect 90-degree angle. Once I've glued the top together and the bottom together, I can attach the 2 to each other. I don't glue the top to the base because it's not always perfect. So what I like to do is I actually just screw them together. It's very, very important that the base and the top are at a perfect 90-degree angle to one another, because that's actually how the router is going to move across the top. So if it's crooked, your notch will be crooked. So what I do is I screw them together and I check that they're square. Now you can see in this video, this notch, I don't cut that before I put these pieces together. This notch is actually cut with the router. And as you can note, there's an 1/8 of an inch here and an 1/8 of an inch here. That is because we're using a 1/2 inch bit and a 3/4 inch bushing. So once you have this template built, the way it's going to be used in this specific case, it's for the corner of a bench, for a corner leg. It's going to be set right on the corner here, clamped. Then we take a router and run it across with a straight bit to take out a notch. Okay, so the actual width of the notch is determined by the space we gave it here. The depth of the notch will be set on the router. So however deep we set the bit to is where it's going to cut to. We get that depth measurement from the leg. Essentially what happens is you take the depth of the leg. So in this case, for example, if this was 2 inches, we're going to be rabbiting out with a dado. We're going to be taking out a 1/2 of an inch. So whatever this depth is what we need this to be. We'll go over that in the next video.